Breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news. Jay-Z is accused of paying people to turn on P. Diddy's lawyer for the accusers. Jay-Z's been helping Diddy without even wanting to help Diddy, but he helping Diddy. We're going to show you how, because right now, Jay-Z is taking the fight to Tony Buzbee, who's used to taking the fight to other people. Now, this is what you call it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, and right now, Jay-Z is the rabbit. He got the gun up against Tony Buzbee's neck. Sit back, enjoy this joint, and follow it. Let's keep it moving. All right. Alright, you know what it is, you know what it is. Unique Mecca Audio, we in the house. Jay-Z to the rescue for P. Diddy. Sit back and watch this. I'm going to show you how this knuckle-up game plays out with Jay-Z and Tony Buzbee. Tony Buzbee, he's the one that did the Gulf oil spill in 2010. I was blessed to fly over it from Oklahoma to Coleman, Florida. And that's how I saw, you know, the Gulf over there by New Orleans, you know what I mean? Was all black. Never saw nothing like that in my life, but I experienced it. Let's start this video and let's see where they at. But let me bring it to the big screen. And I want to thank y'all again for the donations that helped me get this. Follow me on Instagram above. The Cash App is on the screen. Make sure you hit the icon that say it was created in 2020. No numbers, no nothing behind my name. Let's get this thing popping. All right. Oh, and subscribe at Mecca Audio TV.
If you've been following the drama surrounding Jay-Z being named in a Sean Diddy Combs lawsuit as a child rapist, you know that attention has been shifting from what are horrific allegations against Combs and Jay-Z to this battle that has been going on both in the press and in legal fightings between Tony Buzbee, the attorney representing this alleged victim, and Jay-Z and Roc Nation, the entertainment giant that Jay-Z founded. Now, Tony Buzbee, already a prominent lawyer in Texas who represented accusers in cases against high-profile clients like NFL player Deshaun Watson, he burst onto the world stage really in October when he announced his intention of filing more than 100 civil lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs. And he also promised to name high-profile celebrities that he says were involved in the sexual assault and raping of both men and women.
Now, right there, when he burst on the scene back in October, what should have happened is Diddy should have went at him like Jay-Z went at him. You know what I mean? Jay-Z got his foot on Tony Buzbee's neck. Sit back and watch this, and you're going to see how this play out. All types of allegations going on. Let's go. Diddy, take a page out of Jay-Z's book.
The biggest secret in the entertainment industry that really wasn't a secret at all has finally been revealed to the world.
And I'll tell you what, Buzbee, true to his word, has filed more than a dozen individual cases on behalf of Jane and John Doe's. But the first celebrity to be publicly named in one of these complaints was Jay-Z, real name Sean Carter, now listed as a defendant in one of these cases.
All right, see, so this is what's going on, right? You know, we got to break it down here so that we understand this, because this is a gangster channel. All right? Now, oh yeah, before I go any further, I talked to 𝐿𝐿 Adams today because I saw a video that Al Prophet did, you know, where, you know, he made allegations about 𝐿𝐿 not being right. And, you know, we don't take kindly to that at Unique Mecca Audio, but every man get a chance to speak. So, you know, 𝐿𝐿 Adams is going to be coming on here so that he can address these, you know, snitching allegations real soon. Just so you know, but fall back, there's two sides to every story, but we going to get to the truth over here at Mecca Audio. Let's keep this thing moving. Oh, and I want to say this, right? Jay-Z is the first one that Tony Buzbee went against. The way I see it is that Diddy is busy fighting for his life, for his freedom, for his wealth, for his companies, for his corporations. So he's focused on that. And then Tony Buzbee throwing all these lawsuits with John Doe, Jane Doe, and Kenny Doe, and Bobby Doe, and all kinds of dough, trying to get the dough. You know what I mean? But Jay-Z ain't got no monkey on his back like Diddy got the feds on his back trying to take his freedom. So Jay-Z is going at Tony Buzbee, and I'm loving this fight. Y'all sit back and y'all see how real gangsters, as Jay-Z said, from the projects. He's just a man from the projects that made it to the big house. All right.
And the backlash from that was swift. Roc Nation, Jay-Z, they came out swinging, not only denying the allegations that Jay-Z raped a 13-year-old girl back in 2000, but also confronting Tony Buzbee about what they say is alleged misconduct. We actually did a whole sidebar episode about the accusations that Buzbee committed ethical violations. You can check that out on our YouTube channel for the full story. But going back to this, on top of all of that, Alex Spiro, Jay-Z's lead counsel, filed a lawsuit against Buzbee and basically said that Buzbee had tried to extort money from his client, saying if Jay-Z didn't pay up, this lawsuit would be filed and his reputation would be ruined. But
now, how would you feel if somebody told you, look, I'm getting ready to file this lawsuit, I'm going to ruin your reputation, so you better give me X amount of dollars. Let's sit down at the table and we talk about how much you're going to give me. How would you react to that? You seeing how Jay-Z reacted to it, and you saw how Diddy reacted to it. But before we go any further, we got 4 New York brothers down in Ohio that's caught up. Their call is Free the Ohio 4. Free the Ohio 4. So it's change.org, Free the Ohio 4. That's my man Shah Bio. Please go to change.org, Free the Ohio 4, and sign the petition to get my brother home. It's already been established in the court from the records, the witnesses, testimony, and everything that they're innocent. They've been locked up 30 years, 30 plus years. So come on, man, let's help our brothers get home that was already exonerated, but they playing games down there in Ohio. Let's get back to Tony Buzbee having his foot on his neck by Jay-Z.
now I have another lawsuit to talk to you about. This new lawsuit that was filed against Roc Nation by one of Buzbee's former clients.
Now, Tony Buzbee's former client is filing a lawsuit against Roc Nation saying that Jay-Z and them tried to send people using fake badges and fake everything, trying to come at him so that, you know, they turn on Buzbee. Now, y'all got to decide if you believe this or you don't believe it. Let's keep it moving.
And this accuses the media company of essentially, allegedly trying to buy him off. So the lawsuit claims that Roc Nation paid people to impersonate officials, use fake badges, and offer money to people who agreed to file lawsuits against Buzbee's law firm. Again, now Jay-Z's #1 enemy.
Now, you see the way they playing this out? Thanks, Jesse. You know, Jesse Weber, that's my man, bro. Yo, this the way they playing it out. Tony Buzbee files a lawsuit against Jay-Z. Jay-Z tells him straight up, I'm not even sitting at the table to entertain this trash, this foolery that you're trying to talk to me about. You're not getting a dime. Jay-Z's exact word. You're not getting one red penny. So then Jay-Z files one back at him. And then now Tony Buzbee gets one of his former clients that must have been satisfied with his work to file against Jay-Z. So this is the way this works. You know what I mean? Now, Tony Buzbee may have, I don't know, just saying it so we can say allegedly, may have or whatever. Tony Buzbee may have told that former client, I done got you the bag before, filed this lawsuit saying that Jay-Z and them tried to get you to file a lawsuit against me, and I'll break you off 50% of whatever I get, and we can shut this dude down because he don't realize that he's just a man in America. Let's keep it moving.
We got our hands on this complaint that was filed in Harris County, Texas, with a man named Gerardo Garcia as the plaintiff. And Garcia is a former client of the Buzbee firm who says he was approached at his home by some of these alleged bad actors. This lawsuit names multiple defendants, by the way. Marcy Bryan Croft, an attorney who works with Roc Nation, her law firm, MJ Legal, investigator Jessica Santiago, Roc Nation, and Quinn Emanuel, Urquhart, and Sullivan. This is the law firm that represents Jay-Z, often just referred to as Quinn Emanuel. Now, the lawsuit begins, defendants have conspired to obstruct justice by engaging shadowy operatives to illegally seek out more than 24 current and former clients of the Buzbee law firm to convince those clients to bring frivolous cases against the Buzbee law firm. Defendant Roc Nation is financing the effort. Its attorneys, Marcy Croft and Quinn Emanuel, are orchestrating the effort.
Let me say this so y'all understand how this thing go. When you got any case, whether it's civil or criminal, you get what they call a private investigator. The private investigator go and dig up dirt on the opponent, or as we say in the hood, the ops. All right, so they dig up dirt on the ops, and that's where we at right now. So Jay-Z got them digging up dirt, on Tony Buzbee, who's his op, and now Tony Buzbee may be adding to it that they had fake badges, fake this, fake that. He said he also got videotapes. So all this is going to come out in the court because Tony Buzbee is very efficient. Like I said, he handled a $18 billion settlement with the BP oil company for the oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. In the Gulf. I don't know if it's Mexico. I don't follow it like that. Down there by New Orleans, by Louisiana. For, it leaking oil into the Gulf.
Quite the accusations. And the complaint accuses the defendants of basically committing barratry. It's a legal term you might not have heard before, but it's the act of encouraging someone to file frivolous lawsuits so that their attorney can make money. So here are the alleged facts as laid out in the complaint. On behalf of two clients, Tony Buzbee and the Buzbee law firm sent demand letters to Sean Jay-Z Carter's attorneys in New York. The letters made no monetary demand. They only sought a confidential sit-down to discuss the client's allegations. Again, this is the client who claims that she was raped by Jay-Z and Sean Combs.
Now, why should Jay-Z sit down for a confidential, communication about something that he knows never happened and is a lie? That's what Jay-Z's thinking when he gets this from Tony Buzbee, but they making it out to be more than what it is. And Jay-Z said just what it is, this extortion letter. You want me to sit down and talk about something that never happened, and you're going to show me how you could ruin my career if I don't pay you? Well, I'm telling you now, I'm not going to pay you, and I don't want to talk about it.
In response to the two letters, defendant Quinn Emanuel filed suit against the Buzbee law firm. This is that lawsuit that was filed by Sean Carter. This is the one where he says that he was extorted by Tony Buzbee. And this, by the way, he was first filed as a John Doe. We didn't know it was Carter yet. This was filed before he was officially named in this lawsuit that he allegedly sexually assaulted a 13-year-old girl. Going back to the statement, it says, that suit alleged that the firm was trying to extort Sean Jay-Z Carter. That lawsuit was and is frivolous and will be dismissed. Several weeks later, the Buzbee law firm, on behalf of one of the clients who sent the demand letter, filed a lawsuit against Mr. Carter. At or around that time, defendant's conspiracy began. One such target of defendant's solicitation was plaintiff Gerardo Garcia. Mr. Garcia is a resident of Harris County. He was injured in a Jones Act lawsuit and hired the Buzbee law firm to represent him. His case was settled in 2020. He was happy with the resolution of his case and had no complaints with the Buzbee law firm. Nearly 5 years later, after his case had resolved, not seeking to hire a lawyer or file a lawsuit, Mr. Garcia was contacted out of the blue by two investigators. And investigators is in quotes here. This contact was an illegal solicitation and was made on behalf of and as part of a conspiracy involving defendants Croft, Roc Nation, and Quinn Emanuel.
You see what I said? I just told you that you get a private investigator. Jay-Z had a private investigator go talk to one of Tony Buzbee's former clients, and Tony Buzbee got his client, maybe, allegedly, to say that Jay-Z tried to shake him down so he could break him off. Pay attention. See, I give you all this real over here at the Mecca.
One of these investigators identified herself as Jessica Santiago. According to Garcia, two investigators came to his home and flashed him some sort of badge saying they were from, quote, the state, And they asked him about his 2020 settlement, wanting to know if he was happy with the result and asking to see the paperwork. They allegedly said that they could get him in touch with a private lawyer who could help sue the Buzbee firm and get him a lot of money. So what proof do Buzbee and his client have to back up these quite salacious allegations?
All right, so let me say this before we go any further. I know I'm doing a lot of stopping, but I want to make sure y'all understand how, a gangster's mind works. Now, so a private investigator contact one of Tony Buzbee clients, and he steps to him, and she steps to him, and she says, maybe Tony Buzbee, didn't give you your fair share, or maybe we could get more, because I feel that Tony Buzbee got more and gave you less, and we might be able to help you. So let us see the contract, and we could help you get a lawyer that could get the proper, revenue, reward that you were supposed to get for your damages and suffering or whatever else that you filed for with Tony Buzbee. But let us see the paperwork. We'll look it over, and we could give you a free consultation to let you know if you was entitled to get more money. Y'all answer this in the comment. Do y'all think that's illegal? Do you think that Jay-Z shouldn't have done that? Or do you think he didn't have a right to do that? Or do you think that's fair play? Because that's like, right, let's ride. We riding. That's like, you get in a car accident, lawyer sues, he gets X amount of dollars, a private investigator come and see you and say, that lawyer be trying to get over on people. I'm sure he might have made some deals under the table that you don't know about, or maybe he did, or maybe he didn't. But let me see your settlement agreement so we could find this out and we could help you get more money. Would you take that as someone trying to shake you down to press charges against your lawyer, or someone trying to help you to get what you got coming from your lawyer? Put that in the comments. See how smooth we break this down? It's the law show right here.
Well, Buzbee says several interactions between his former clients and these alleged bad actors were caught on tape. Yeah, in fact, Buzbee shared a photo on Instagram of these three men standing on a front stoop in a neighborhood. In the caption, he said, investigators from New York have contacted many of our law firm's current and former clients. These investigators aren't very smart. What they didn't anticipate was one of the clients decided to record the conversation. And the filing includes an alleged transcript of a conversation between Gerardo Garcia and Jessica Santiago, as well as affidavits from other former clients. They say that they were contacted and offered money if they would sue Buzbee's firm. Now, according to the transcript, Santiago wanted Garcia to sign what she called a contract to investigate, which she explained gave a private lawyer permission to look into Garcia's case and settlement. She also mentioned several times that she is from the state. The transcript reads, "It's a private lawyer. We are from the state, but it's a private lawyer that knows what the Buzbee law firm was doing. For example, last night someone signed up with us, and in his case, Buzbee was depositing his checks in Buzbee's private account and not in an account for lawyers, and he was charging the interest and taking the money. And he was."
All right, so what they're saying is the same thing that I've been saying, and I know y'all understand this. They're saying that Buzbee was taking the money, putting it in a private account to hide the money from the clients, allegedly, from the settlements, and giving them, crumbs out of whatever they was getting. So they felt like they knew what Buzbee was doing, so they contacted some of his former clients to try and help them get their just dues. Is that wrong? Is that right? Put it in the comments. That's what this is about right now.
Was stealing the checks from insurance, and so he didn't know that Buzbee was stealing. That was his case. Now, I don't know much about your case, but the lawyer you will speak with today, she will explain that she will open your case, see what happened to you, but your name appeared on the list of people that may have something unusual, and she wants to investigate your case, and then she will recommend someone familiar with your kind of case to recover all that money.
You see what I'm saying? Someone familiar with your case, they would recommend to retrieve the money that Tony Buzbee allegedly put in his private account that he was getting from the settlement that he never told you about, and gave you allegedly whatever crumbs he felt like you deserve. You see how powerful this is? Do you see how powerful my channel is? Listen, man, I'm going to say it again. We got my brother John Edwards is his name. We call him Shah Bio, right? John Edwards is one of the Ohio 4. Please go to change.org /4 free the Ohio 4. I told them to work on getting a domain link that just says free the Ohio 4, so you don't have to do all the change.org. So that will be coming soon. Subscribe at Mecca Audio TV. Show some love. Watch a video. Give me some views and help me pick that channel up as well if you're supporting the Mecca. Let's keep this moving.
The client then asks, and they are from the state? The PI replied, according to the transcript, the lawyer is from here, Texas, and also has a license in New York. Us, the investigators, are from the state, but we are not lawyers. Now, Santiago reportedly goes on to claim that 70 people are involved in a class action lawsuit against Buzbee, and she allegedly tells Garcia that the lawyer she wants him to talk to is Marcy Croft from
70 people that was former clients of Buzbee is suing them. Is that what they just said? Y'all put in the comments, because I know I got my rat bastards that got something to say about everything.
MJ Legal. Again, this is a private firm, but Croft reportedly does work with Roc Nation. Now, in the filing, Buzbee included a screenshot of one of Croft's posts on Instagram where she gave a shout out to Roc Nation and Jay-Z, saying she was proud to be a small part of a great team. Now, the filing also includes another alleged transcript of a recorded telephone conversation, but it is unclear when this conversation exactly happened or who exactly was participating. But based on the fact that this was included in the lawsuit, I think we can conclude that the person on the call is a former client of Tony Buzbee's. But he apparently tells the two attorneys on the other end of the phone that he didn't want to answer any questions about his case, including who his lawyer was, but he said he would listen to what they had to say. So according to this alleged transcript, one of the attorneys says, in a couple of days or maybe by next week, anyone Googling Buzbee and his company, his practice, you're going to see some of these lawyers are going to be going into litigation, okay? What we're trying to do is we're trying to put this thing together for the company that we're working for at this. If you have a case, we could get you paid and you could get money soon, you know? We gave this kid $1,000 to start yesterday just to get him on the right path. So yeah. So the person on the other end of the phone says, okay, let me ask you a question. And the attorney apparently replies, at the end of the day, I appreciate your question. Just hold that thought for a second. At the end of the day, this is going through the courts. Buzbee is getting sued, and eventually people are going to get paid out. Now, it's up to you if you want to be a part of, and that is where the recording ends. So, the allegation that former clients are being offered money to file a lawsuit is actually backed up by two affidavits included as exhibits here in the filing. In one, a Louisiana woman named Skylar Taylor says that 3 men from New York showed up at her grandmother's home multiple times, unannounced, uninvited. In her notarized statement, she says, when I spoke with these men, they stated they were investigators hired by an attorney to contact clients of the Buzbee's law firm to join a class action against the Buzbee law firm. They refused to provide any further information on who they were, what investigation company they worked for, or what attorney hired them. Without knowing any of the details of my case, these men attempted to convince me to file a lawsuit against my attorneys at the Buzbee law firm.
Now, do you think that's illegal? Do you think they did something wrong? Give me your opinion. Because the way I'm seeing this, right, from a layman's point of view, forget all this other stuff, right? The way I'm seeing it is they feel like Tony Buzbee been getting over, so they got a law firm that's now want to sue Tony Buzbee the same way Tony Buzbee says he wants to sue Jay-Z for his alleged misconduct. So now someone wants to sue Tony Buzbee for his alleged misconduct, and Tony Buzbee is calling that a shakedown. But when Tony Buzbee tried to sue Jay-Z and Jay-Z called that a shakedown, Tony Buzbee said that was wrong. But does the two of those lawsuits sound the same to you? That they're both trying to get what they consider as alleged misconduct filed? What Tony Buzbee can't be, brought up on whatever you want to call it, charges or suit? Because that's what they say. Tony Buzbee been robbing his clients allegedly, so they coming in to, go with Tony Buzbee, obviously. And it even makes sense because now Tony Buzbee is going up at a giant like Jay-Z that said, okay, hold up, this dude is a fraud. He's an ambulance chaser. This is what Jay-Z is allegedly saying. He's saying Tony Buzbee is an ambulance chaser. So being he's an ambulance chaser, we're going to find some of these ambulance cases that he handled, and we're going to contact them to see what was their settlement, and how much he robbed them for. Make sense? Let's move forward.
These men offered me money to sign on as a client with them. These men stated that they or the attorney that hired them paid a former client of the Buzbee law firm $1,000 to sign on with them as a client and sue the Buzbee law firm. And then we have this affidavit from another woman in Louisiana. Her name is Shannon Champagne, and she tells apparently a very similar story. But she says she was offered a much larger sum of money. Her statement reads, "These men offered me money to sign on as a client with them. Specifically, they'd offered me $10,000 in exchange for signing with them as a client." Now, attorney...
Now, is that illegal? I don't know. It's just a question. Is that illegal for someone to say, okay, I know we could get $10 million out of Tony Buzbee because he robbed you and you should have got way more than what you got. So sign on with us and we'll give you a $10,000 advance. You know, or we'll give you a $10,000 signing bonus to sign on with us because we know for a fact, allegedly, that Tony Buzbee got over on you. That's what this is dealing with. Pay attention to everything that I said in this video. Make sure, please, I'm going to ask you this. If you're not subscribed here at Unique Mecca Audio or at Mecca Audio TV, please hit the subscribe and the notification bell. When you hit the bell and it come up, hit all so you get all notifications so that you'll be notified when I put up the videos. Please hit subscribe. That's all I'm asking right now. You already know the like button a part of this. All right.
Attorney Marcy Croft responded to this lawsuit in a statement to USA Today, saying, "Tony Buzbee has now conjured up fantastical allegations against me and my firm, well-known corruption fighters, in a desperate attempt to distract from his mounting legal woes. We look forward to addressing these false allegations and having them dismissed." Roc Nation also responded, and this is a statement also that was obtained by USA. It says, "Tony Buzbee's baloney lawsuit against Roc Nation is nothing but another sham. It's a pathetic attempt to distract and deflect attention. This sideshow won't change the ultimate outcome, and true justice will be served soon." So we wanted to know more about this apparently pending litigation against Tony Buzbee, so we did a little bit of digging. And we found out that just a few days ago, a Louisiana man filed a lawsuit against the attorney and his firm. According to the complaint, Adam Guidry was a ship captain who was severely injured on the job. And in the filing, it states the Buzbee defendants told Guidry his case was worth $1 million, but later coerced him into settling for less than 1/3 of that amount. In insisting that he settle, Buzbee defendants never explained Guidry's options, never discussed the pros and cons of trial versus settlement, never disclosed mounting expenses, and never disclosed the meager amount Guidry would receive at distribution. Instead, Buzbee defendants told Guidry he had no choice. Guidry was vulnerable. He had lost his job as a result of his injury. He was financially destitute. His marriage had failed, and he was struggling with addiction. Relying on his lawyers, Guidry accepted. So according...
Okay, so let me break that down so y'all understand that. So we're talking about Guidry right now. He has this going on, and he's filing because Buzbee got him on the case by saying, I could get you $1 million. Then he had him settle for 1/3, maybe $250,000. You know what I mean? Right? 300,000, something like that. So now, Buzbee never explained to him why he should or shouldn't have done, or what was the pros and cons of him taking the 1/3 of the $1 million and what was the difference with him going to trial. So now this had nothing to do with Jay-Z. This had nothing to do with Roc Nation. This is just another client that felt like Buzbee got over, allegedly. But now where this really plays out to, that I need y'all to understand, is that Buzbee may have allegedly gotten paid under the table from the company that he was suing, right, for his injuries. Let's say they told him, look, we're going to give you $750,000 and you could put down that you only got $250,000 and you get the $1 million, and then you'll get 1/3 of that $250,000. So right there alone, you looking good because you're already up $750,000. Tony Buzbee may have allegedly taken that $750,000 and slid that into his personal account, what he's accused of early in this video. So this may have been a practice of Tony Buzbee, and that's what this female lawyer that's, associated with Jay-Z is accusing him of. So now what they're doing is they want to look at all of Tony Buzbee's prior settlements that he has done so that they could see where the money went, where the communications went, what was communicated, to the client and the defendant. All right.
According to 𝐊𝐃𝐄, they settled the case for $325,000, but when the case was over and the funds were dispersed, he only got, allegedly, a little more than $5,000.
Whoa. 300-something thousand, and he allegedly got 5,000. Jay-Z had nothing to do with this lawsuit, and Tony Buzbee is saying that Jay-Z is trying to pay people to go against him when a man is saying that Buzbee hired him to say that he could get $1 million for the settlement, had him settle for a third less, which was 330,000. Then when the funds was distributed, he only wound up with 5,000. Y'all put it in the comments. I can't explain it no better. I should be a lawyer myself. Tony Buzbee, you're doing your thing, but I mean, come on, dog. You know what I mean? Somebody got to explain this so that people understand what's going on here. And this is the man that's suing Diddy. I ain't even want to mention his name in this video because every time y'all hear Diddy, y'all get in your trolling mode. And that's why I don't like rat bastards. Because a rat bastard is nothing different than a troll. And that's why I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to give you 3 seconds to tap off my channel. All right, that's 3. And I'm going to tell you like this, right? This for you rat bastards. Don't even buy my book. Don't even buy my book of Rawin Harlem at rawinharlem.com. That's for the regular people, you know what I mean, that came here to get this gangster content. All right? Round of applause to you. Round of applause to you. Let's finish this up.
Allegedly, the Buzbee law firm kept the rest to cover fees and expenses, including $90,000 for expert witness fees, nearly $6,000 for postage and copies, nearly $10,000 for more copies, and another $9,000 for travel expenses. The lawsuit also alleges that Buzbee charged interest on what he called loans, basically money up front that the firm used to pay for things before a settlement had been reached.
See, that's the same thing like how they said Jay-Z's lawyer, Jay-Z's private investigators offered $1,000, and if someone said they offered $10,000, that's just advance money, and that's the same thing that Tony Buzbee is admitting that he did in this here. So pay attention.
And firms, by the way, are legally allowed to charge interest, but the amount is kind of limited. According to 𝐊𝐃𝐄, Buzbee charged him 27% interest. Now, the 𝐊𝐃𝐄 filing also talks about a similar case that was filed against the same company that employed 𝐊𝐃𝐄. This is Callan Marine. It was filed on behalf of a woman named Guadalupe Garza. Now, in maritime cases, workers recovering from an injury, they're entitled to what's called maintenance and cure. It's a type of workman's compensation. And maintenance is money that covers things like mortgage payments, food. Cure is supposed to cover medical expenses.
Advance money.
Now, the complaint says, at a hearing in the Garza case, Callan Marine's counsel stated that A, other Buzbee clients have reported not receiving maintenance and cure paid to the Buzbee law firm, and B, according to records, Buzbee defendants deposited maintenance and cure payments into its operating account rather than its trust account. And C, the Buzbee law firm apparently repackages maintenance and cure payments intended to provide living expenses for injured workers into loans which must be repaid with interest. So these are serious accusations of misappropriation of money and deceiving clients. And as far as we can tell, Buzbee has not responded to 𝐊𝐃𝐄's claims, and it remains unclear what impact, if any, these accusations could have on other civil litigation that Buzbee has filed on behalf of his clients. But I'll tell you one thing, this is a legal war, and this is a legal mess.
All right, so that's where we at. Tony Buzbee, we broke it down so you fully understand. Share this video, subscribe at Mecca Audio TV. Hit the notification bell. Hit the notification bell here. Join the membership to get the videos first. And I'm going to be giving out free merchandise for the members that join at Mecca Audio TV and over here at Unique Mecca Audio. Please hit the notification bell. We've been rocking. We've been rolling. And remember, free the Ohio 4 at change.org. So type in change.org/free the Ohio 4 and bring my brothers home. They was exonerated and Ohio is playing games with them. We need your help. All right.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime. the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime. Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in hall. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. Did not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio.